Evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Ask Leah. Tonight, I want to talk about the power of language and how the words you use and the stories you tell yourself become your reality. So, the words you use actually have real power. And you've got to be careful about what those stories and words are, because if they're really negative and disempowered statements, that can have an impact on how you show up and how you view the world. Whereas if you make some slight tweaks to more empowered language, it can create a whole mindset shift for you. Now, this is work that I did with the staff at a primary school right before the school holidays when they were feeling tired and a bit burnt out. And those feelings are very valid, but what we explored was how the language we use around that can either help how we're feeling in that tired state or make us feel more tired. Because if your narrative is, I'm so burnt out, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, and you just repeat that again and again and again, that becomes real to you regardless of how you're feeling. So your words have power. I want to give you some examples of this, some disempowered statements and how you can make those tweaks to make them more empowered. And I want you to try some of these out over the next week and let me know how it feels for you and if you notice a shift. So let's start with some basic ones. We often say, oh, I have to do this, or I need to do this. A slight shift to I get to do this, or I choose to do this, can be really powerful. So for example, on a Thursday at 4:30, I take my kids to swimming lessons. It's really easy to go, oh, I have to take the kids to swimming lessons each week, rather than doing a flip and saying, you know what? I get to take my kids to swimming lessons. I've created a business where I have that flexibility. Slight shift, totally different mindset in taking the kids to swimming lessons. I want to, or I should. Flipping that to I will, as if it's done. Because we all have would, could, shouldas, things that we say we want to do that never happen. So imagine it's happened. I will do that. If I, when I don't have time to, we say this a lot, I don't have time to do that, I'm too busy. How does flipping it to that's not a priority right now sit for you? Now, this one can hit hard. If you say, oh yeah, I need to exercise more, but I just don't have time. Flip it to exercising and looking after my health and well-being is not a priority. Ooh, how does that sit for you? It might be okay with you, and if it is, that's fine. But for a lot of us, when we flip it to that's not a priority, sometimes it's a kick in the pants to go, hang on, this is a cop-out. I'm saying that's the most important thing, but I'm not prioritizing it. Some others, I'm busy, worn as a badge of honor for so many of us. It just becomes white noise because everyone's busy. So how can you flip that from a sense of overwhelm to, because it might be that, yeah, you are really busy, but I'm thriving. I'm really productive. I'm feeling really fulfilled at the moment. So again, you're changing the language to more empowered statements rather than just defaulting to that lazy, I'm busy. It's a problem to it's an opportunity. It's difficult or it's a real struggle to, you know what? This is challenging. This is meaningful. I'm really learning something here. On that, from it's all gone wrong to this is a learning experience. And embracing that glorious growth mindset over a closed mindset. And instead of saying, oh, I'm no good at that, shifting it to, I'm not good at that yet, but I can learn. So watch this video back, pick out one or two and give them a shot over the next week. See how a slight language change, even if you don't believe it, even if in your head you're going, oh, this is a bit rubbish or it doesn't sit well for me, just try it and see if it does shift your mindset as you show up and go about your day. Our words have power. Make sure you're using them in your favor rather than against you. If you have a communication, leadership, self-management question you would like answered, send it through and I will do my best to answer it for you next week. Cheers.